People are celebrating the British royals, but the coronation ceremony is also attracting tension. Anti-monarchy groups are raising their voice against the royals. The famous Trafalgar Square has been bustling with protesters demonstrating against different issues. In fact, we witnessed some of these protests. What arguments are they putting up? And would these mass-scale protests concern the royals? What are they all about? Our next report telling you all that you need to know. A much-needed tradition or an outdated royal ritual? The coronation ceremony excites many in the UK. But this time, it has ignited mixed emotions. Why? Because Britain is reeling under a cost of living crisis. People are starving due to skyrocketing prices. Citizens are unable to pay high-cost energy bills. And a large chunk of workers surviving without a pay. So ever since King Charles III has taken the helm of the British monarchy, protests have often broken out on the streets of London. A host of famous sites across the city witnessing small uprisings. This is Trafalgar Square. Mass groups are gathering here every week. Voices are being raised, various flags are being waved, and demonstrations are taking place against the monarchy. We decided to talk to people and understand what they think about it.
It feels crazy. There's also the teachers have also been striking, the train strikes, even like the cleaners, which most of them are Latin Americans, and I am from a Latin American community. It feels again like so outrageous to feel that the country has money to spend in something that is so, I don't know, it's how outdated. Like what is that given to the people? And I understand that there's one of the arguments is that it brings tourism. Tourism is not going to solve anything.
While talking to demonstrators and protesters, we understood one major cause of anger among the people: the funding of the royal ceremony. The coronation ceremony is being financed from the public purse. This means taxpayers are paying for the ceremony, the same taxpayers who are struggling amid an economic crisis.
I'm not from here, and I feel like the hate that I might be getting after saying that I don't really understand why monarchy still exists, and the amount of money that goes into that when there are so many people that don't have what to eat, or there are people that have no shelter. So it feels like a slap in the face of so many people and the entire population of this country. So it's actually shameful.
Trafalgar Square has become a hub for critics of the royal event. Why do people choose the bustling square for protests? Well, it is named after Britain's victory in a battle. The victory shattered Napoleon, a dictator's plan to invade England. If we see it this way, the protests also seem to be a battle between royals and the common people. I'm standing right now at London's iconic Trafalgar Square, one of the major hubs of central London, named after the Battle of Trafalgar between the British Royal Navy and the combined fleets of the French and Spanish navies. It is a very prominent site which witnesses celebrations, events, even protests. And today is no different. The tradition is outdated. We are not interested in the event. These were the answers we got when we asked people about the coronation ceremony. What could be the reason?
On the whole, I think like a lot of young people, I'm not super into the monarchy. I've lived here my whole life, but I don't think it's as big a deal for young people as it is for kind of older people. So I would never go and watch it just because of the crowds and stuff. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't even realize that it was going to be next weekend until today.
Studies show that support for the royals has fallen to the lowest since 1983. The National Centre for Social Research saying a total of 45% people said they did not support the monarchy. In 2022, 35% people said that they were not interested in the royals. This is a significant drop in the support for the royal family.
I think it's just a kind of like outdated, I guess, with this whole thing with like Meghan Markle and Harry. I feel like they had a bit of an opportunity, like a window where they could modernize and the face of the monarchy could change, but I feel like it just went the wrong way and things like became very weird and everyone was like kind of looking at, you know, Charles, he's not super popular, especially with the crown and stuff, and then a lot of people liked, like younger people liked Meghan and Harry and thought they were modern.
There are more protests being planned for Coronation Day, the 6th of May. An anti-monarchy group, The Republic, is organizing rallies all over England and Scotland. The demonstrations are aimed at the main agenda and aim to replace the king as the head of state by an elected official. Republic has upheld its agenda and says that an elected head of state will represent the people's hopes, and this will help keep politicians in check. We will be tracking the coronation celebrations and the protests as we move closer to the ceremony day. No matter what unfolds on the coronation day, Britain is surely in for a grand show. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.